This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2022 Salem Cruise Lite model 261 BHXL. Okay. And this is not a floor plan video, it's just a how-to video, so I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work, okay? Alright, so starting at the door side rear here, you can see we have a power awning with LED strip, of course. You also have an outside kitchen here. Okay, so you have a refrigerator and then a griddle. The griddle pulls out. This is a this is the LP line here, so this quick connect here goes on here. And the other end, let's see where it's at, goes here. So that's how you plug it into the LP system, okay? You also have a sprayer here with a coiled line in the sprayer. And I'll show you where that goes as we get to it. One of the ports is right here. There's probably another one up front too, I would imagine. Okay? We'll see when we get there. Now, you have when it comes to your stabilizer jacks, you have just regular scissor type stabilizers, but you have an added feature. This yellow piece here is called a strong arm. The only thing to remember is this T-handle here with the screws in and out, and it basically if you tighten it, it'll keep this inner piece from sliding through the outer piece, right? So the only time you want that tightened up is when you've got the stabilizers down in position the way you want them. Then you're going to tighten it down so it gives you more stabilization. And just remember, before you bring it back up, you're just going to loosen it up and then bring it up. So you're going to leave it a little bit loose, and the only time you're going to tighten it is when it's down in the position you want it, and you want it to take the movement out of the trailer. So, okay, there's one of those on each jack, or each jack. Okay. You have TV signal out here plus power. The outside speakers. You have a hitch. It's a Husky centerline hitch. It's weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control, so it's a good one. We'll show you how that operates when you pick up. Also, you have a crank, 3/4 inch crank. What else we have? Yeah. So these are for your stabilizers, and you could also use it here on your power tongue jack. If it happens to fail for whatever reason, you can actually pull this plug out of here and put a 3/4 inch this crank, or you can put a socket on a drill, whatever you want to do, but you could actually get yourself hitched and unhitched in an emergency if it happens to fail. So that's a good feature to have. You have two LP tanks which are both full. Automatic changeover regulator. You got a deep cycle marine battery and a kill switch for the battery right here. So if you ever want to disconnect the battery, you just turn that key right there. Okay. This is your power cord. It's not plugged in at this moment. Oh, it is plugged in. We're just using our shop cord right now. So this is your power cord, 30 foot long, 30 amp cord. This is your dump hose, and this is a reducer to reduce your 30 amp cord down to a 20, so you can plug it in at home if you need to. Furnace vent. This is the range hood vent right here. So if you're using the range hood inside, the fan in the range hood to vent to the outside, you always want to remember to do this and open up the baffle so it flaps freely. Whoops, it flaps freely. Otherwise you can just keep it shut when you're traveling or in storage, but anytime you're venting, you want that open. This is the city water hookup. Most common way to get water to the trailer. You just hook the hose on there, turn it on, and you're all set. Now if you're camping someplace without city water, you're boondocking or whatever, and they don't have city water, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank right here. and you can fill this up and then use the onboard pump to pump water. I'll show you where the switch is when we get inside, okay? And then, of course, your dump hose or dump valves right here. That's the gray, which is sink and shower water, and then the black, which is toilet water and waste. And these are your low point drains here for lowest point of your plumbing, okay? Cable and satellite through. Okay. Now, you have to, the manufacturer states you should inspect your roof every 60 days, so make sure you have somebody go up there and take a look at it. Look at the sealant. Make sure there's no cracking or separation. Look at the roofing attachment and roofing materials to make sure that there's no damage to them by low branches or road debris, anything like that. You're just protecting your investment, so that should be part of your regular maintenance. Make sure you do that. This housing is telling us is pre-wired for a backup camera, so you can get the Furrion backup camera kit for this if you choose. Your water heater is right here. It works on both gas and electric. So there's an electric heating element behind this cover here, right? This rocker switch controls it, all right? So that's how you turn it on and off. There's switches inside for the gas burner, but keep in mind that that switch is there. Now, never run this water heater without water in it, right? So if you drain it, like people will do if they're not going to camp for a while, they drain it out. Here's the drain plug right here. So that takes an 1 16" 6-point socket to remove it. But make sure you fill it up before you turn it back on is what I'm getting at. You can't run it dry. Also, if you're going to drain it, make sure you let the pressure out of it first. Shut off the water, you know, the city water or the pump, whichever you're using, and then open the hot water valves and it'll let all the pressure out. Then you can remove it. And never work on it when it's got hot water in it either. So, okay. This is a black tank flush right here. So after you've dumped your black tank, you leave the valve open. You have to leave the black valve open. Then you put the hose here, or the hose of the dump station. You'll hook it up right here. Turn it on. It'll spray out the inside of your black tank. Clean it out really well. It'll clean off the sensors so you get a good accurate reading. That sort of thing. And of course, this was the port that I told you about. You hook up your sprayer. Okay, so let's go inside, see what's happening. Alrighty, so lights. You just rub your thumb over that to turn them on and off. You have your awning lights here, and then this is obviously the switch for your awning. Goes like that. Never leave it out unattended. If you leave it out, eventually it'll get damaged. If the wind kicks up during the storm, whatever, it'll rip it right off. You always have to roll it in. Okay, I told you about the water pump. This is where you turn it on right here. So you use that to pump water out of the fresh water tank. If you're boondocking and you don't have any city water, you also use that to winterize the trailer. So it's also used to draw antifreeze in. And then to light your water heater on gas, there's the fault light there. You do it that way, okay? And then of course your levels, you can check all your levels, just like that, okay? Let's see what we got here. This jackknife's flat, so you can turn it into a bed if you need to. You can take the poles off of this and drop this tabletop down onto these cleats and use the back cushions to fill in the space, and you can turn this into a bed. You have 2 bunks, of course. Now, gosh, I don't think we can see down here. He had left it open apparently, so you can see this. There is a panel that you can put that goes over this. Hopefully, you can see in there. That's where your water heater is. The back of it. There are bypass valves on there, right? And so you just have, if you don't already know this, you have to learn how to winterize and de-winterize. And this is where you change the valves from winterized mode to camping mode and back and forth, okay? Just so you know. And also, below this drawer here. You can't see it, but that's where the water pump is at, and that's where the line is to draw the antifreeze in too. So I'm not going to take this out, but I'm just going to show you. You have these tabs on each side. One of them you push down, while the other side you pull up. And give it a little pressure and it'll slide right out. That's how you remove the drawer. So that's for winterizing. That's where you access your water pump at. Okay. Okay, your keys are hanging right here. Microwave works like any other microwave. This is the range hood I told you about with a fan. If you're using a fan, make sure that you open the baffle on the outside so it can vent. There it goes there. Okay, and then it has a light also, of course. Okay, this is your range here, obviously. So you have 3 burners, 3 knobs right here for the burners. This knob right here is the sparker. You turn this clockwise to spark it. And then this one here is for the oven. So I don't know if he's got the gas turned on here, but we'll see. It is, but he must have just turned it on. So we're going to let it work its way up, because when you just hook up the gas tank, shut it off and back on again. When you just do it, hook it up, there's air in the line. There it goes. So you have to work your way past the air, like we're doing right now. But once you do that, it'll light right the first click. Okay, so there you have it. Now the oven is a little bit different. All the way at the back there on the bottom is a pilot light. You can see it sparks back there. Okay. So you go to the oven knob, you go to the picture of the flame, then you depress it. You keep it depressed during the whole lighting procedure. Then you spark it with the other hand while depressing this, and until you see the pilot light light. Once it lights, you hold this in for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple, and then you go to whatever temperature you want. When you shut it off now, the flame goes out obviously, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Always travel with this cover down. We still haven't cleaned up in here yet, so it's a little dirty, but it'll be clean when you pick up. Your refrigerator is a 12-volt DC compressor refrigerator. So it runs on 12-volt DC, but it's got a compressor like your refrigerator at home. So it's that simple. Just remember to latch these doors when you're traveling so they don't, get dented. Come flying open and get dented. This is your power converter right here. So this converts AC to DC power. So on this side, you have regular circuit breakers like you'd see at home, 110 AC, and they're all labeled right there. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC on this side, so you got 12 volt fuses, and they're all labeled, right? Then, or also, as long as you're plugged in, this is a battery tender, so it'll sense how much energy your battery up front on the tongue has and needs, and it'll always charge it and keep it charged. So when you're pulling down the road, your tow vehicle's alternator will charge your battery, and then when you're plugged in, this charges your battery. Okay? Alrighty. Go this way. This is a GFCI plug. All the plugs in the trailer are wired through a GFCI, even the one on the outside. So if you're using something outside, plugged in outside, and it pops, you're going to reset it here. This is your thermostat for the furnace. It's very simple. All the way to the left is off, and you want to hear it click when you shut it off. It lights automatically, so you just have to turn it on. Get it all the way over, turn it on, and it'll turn on, and it'll make 3 attempts to light. It always lights within the first 3 tries. If for some reason it doesn't, let's say there was some air on the line like we just saw with the stove, click it back off, wait a few seconds and click it on again, and it'll start that cycle over again. You can make 3 more attempts. But it should always light within the first 3 tries. Okay. Shower works like any shower. You got a vent fan. The toilet is an RV toilet, so like all of them, it sits right over a black tank. You got a flush pedal down there. You can't use it dry. By dry I mean a dry black tank below. So what you do is when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water. You come in here, put a dose of chemical in the bowl, then you step on the pedal and hold it down till at least a gallon of water goes into the tank below, along with the chemical. Then you're ready to use it. If you don't, it's considered using it dry, which you can't do because the smell will be super terrible. Plus, it'll get clogged up. So you always have to have chemical and water in it before you use it. Okay. That's important, but if you don't do it, you'll only not do it once. So, okay. Let me look around here. There's still something I'm missing here. Where is it at? An important thing. All right, maybe it's up here. Let me look. Well, it's a mystery. Oh boy. Bear with me, please. What I'm looking for is the carbon monoxide LP gas detector. I shouldn't have this much trouble finding it, but you never know where they put it. Oh, here it is right here. Okay, that's why I don't see it. It's right there. So that's the carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It should always be green like it is. If not, get it serviced, okay? It's important. So if it's not glowing green, get it serviced. Okay, I think that about covers it. The radio, which you can mount a TV over here, obviously, and you can wire it. You can wire it through this, so keep that in mind. This will play USB drives or USB sticks. There's a drive there. That's an HDMI in if you want to go into the system with like a a portable Blu-ray player or something. It has AM/FM radio. It has Bluetooth, so you can stream from your phone or your tablet. And it also has 2 speaker zones. One is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. So it does a lot. And you can, like I said, you can if you wire it correctly, it'll run right through the TV set. That way you can well, you could. The most common thing it would be is like a game machine or a Blu-ray player or some kind of a DVD player. Okay, that would be the most common ways to use it. So, okay, and then of course that's your smoke detector. That's an emergency escape window at the back, as you probably can see. You're just going to pull that lever up, push it through, so the window opens. Then you're going to pull the grab a hold of that red tab and pull the screen out so you can exit in an emergency. When it comes up here to your bedroom, the bed does come up and there's storage underneath. That's a closed chute right there that goes into the front storage. And you have a TV hook up here. Okay, if you want to put a TV, there's another escape window. Works exactly like the other one. You go like this, push it all the way through, then grab a hold of this and pull the screen out, and then you can escape in an emergency. Okay. Okay. So I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting the roof every 60 days. That's important. It should be part of your regular maintenance. And right now this is in camping mode. So the plumbing, there's no antifreeze in the system. It's been replaced with fresh water. Your water heater valves are in camping mode, and your water heater has water in it right now. So you're all set. Remember, never run your water heater without water in it. Okay? Thank you.